Hello fellow cinephiles, Film Guru here. For those new to the channel, my name is Sean, also known as Film Guru, and I started this channel to have my say about particular movies and a variety of other film content, so thanks for joining me today. I'm sorry I haven't made a video in quite some time. There just hasn't been any movies I really wanted to talk to until now. Today I'm reviewing Everything Everywhere All at Once. This was directed by the Daniels, stars Michelle Yeoh, James Wong, Jamie Lee Curtis, Stephanie Hsu, and Ken Hyai Kwan. What is the story of the Wong family? The mother, Evelyn, played by Michelle Yeoh, is a woman who struggles with things. She is full of regret and she wishes that she made different choices in her life. Her husband, Raymond, is a happy-go-lucky kind of guy that's sort of struggling with his relationship and doubts his marriage. And daughter, Joy, played by Stephanie Hsu. She just wants her mother to understand her, and she wants to be heard and respected and understood. The whole world is shaken up with the introduction of a multiverse and the appearance of a man who looks like a husband from a different universe. She is told that there is an interdimensional rupture unraveling reality. It's up to Evelyn, along with her newfound powers, to fight bizarre and weird dangers from the multiverse as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. This is the most original and unique film I've seen in a long time. I thought this movie was fantastic. The fact that the Daniels went from Swiss Army Man with Daniel Radcliffe and Paul Dano, a smaller budget film, to something quite big like this. But even though it's bigger, it is still feels like a very independently made film. It's set pretty much in one location. There is visual effects, but they're limited, and it just sort of feels like they have more money and they're able to harness what they're able to do here. I think it's a very well written script, very well crafted, very tight film. Each character serves a purpose. They each have a bit of depth, and they all have a character arc, which you don't usually see in a movie like this. I was really blown away by this. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It's so great to see Michelle Yeoh in a leading role. She's had a big career, but has never really played the lead character, and here she just shines and shows what she's capable, and I really loved that. Along with Michelle Yeoh, I think Ken Hyai Kwan, who hasn't really acted in a number of years, is fantastic here as her husband, Raymond. They just really work off each other really well. He has some really great moments. He reminded me of Jackie Chan in a lot of ways. There's a lot of humorous moments, and you get to see him do martial arts, and he's so fantastic to watch. I was really impressed with him. I thought Stephanie Hsu, who I haven't seen really before, has done a fantastic job here as Joy. She gets to play different versions of that particular character, and I love what she does with it, and she really brings life to it and has a lot of fun with it. She really completes the Wong family in such a great way, and I was really impressed with her performance here as well. And to my surprise, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, and she's really great. She plays sort of a odd, obscure character who works for the IRS in one multiverse, but is sort of appears in other universes, which I really liked. It was interesting to see her play a role like this. She hadn't really done something like this, and it felt like a role that Tilda Swinton would usually play and craft her own way, but it's good to see Jamie Lee Curtis play a character like this, because I thought she was really great and refreshing. I like that we get to see multiple universes in small ways and just some simple scenes, and we see the differences and how Evelyn is different in those different dimensions as well, and the idea that maybe these dimensions are formed from the fact of the decision she made or the decision she decided not to make. And we get to see different aspects of her character, which I thought was really great. It's visually really striking. It's wonderfully shot. The visual effects are minimal but effective. There's a lot of practical effects. The martial arts and fighting sequences are brilliant. The way that they go about tapping into other universes with strange things they do is really great. It feels like a lot of the Japanese and Chinese movies that we got that are a bit different, a bit out there, and that's exactly what this is. But the film has a lot of heart. And the heart really comes from the Wong family and the interaction with each other and the struggles that they're having and how they come to terms with things and how they come to terms with what they're facing at this particular moment in time. I thought was really, really great. It handles the multiverse and sci-fi elements really well, I think. It doesn't it's a very layered film, but it's not complicated for an audience to follow, and they don't get really bogged down with explaining the sci-fi parts of it. They just sort of show it as it is, and we understand what's going on, which I really appreciated. Like I said, for the Daniels to go from a small film like Swiss Army Man to this is quite extraordinary, and you can tell that they had a love for this. They spent time with it. They spent time building the characters and the world itself, and they just added more to it, and you can see it was really well thought out and executed. I feel there's a lot of influences here that the Daniels were inspired by, such as The Matrix, especially with the Evelyn character and the journey that she goes through is very similar to Neo in many ways. Also, in different scenes, in one scene reminds me of In the Mood of Love, and a variety of other influences. But what they do really well here is they don't just take these things and make it their own. They sort of are inspired by them, and they craft their own thing out of that. And I think it's very clever what they're able to accomplish. But you can really see the inspiration for them and how they're able to make this film their own, which I really love. This is a kind of film that only comes around every so often, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen this film, really check it out. It's the first time we've really got something really unique and different in the cinema, and we don't always get a lot of A24 movies, especially in Australia, in the cinemas, so this is refreshing in that regard. I think the Daniels are really captivating and really wonderful filmmakers, and I look forward to seeing what they do next. But this is one of their best films, and it is my favourite film of the year so far on my top 10. Final thoughts. In the end, it's really about a family and a family unit and the struggles that they go through, like most families do, with the ultimate twist that there's multiple versions of them in a multiverse. I can give Everything Everywhere All at Once 5 out of 5. One of the best films of the year, and a film I highly recommend. Anyway, that's all from me today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe down the bottom, follow me on Facebook and Letterboxd. Otherwise, until next time, enjoy the movies.